Okay, let me touch a little bit on Eve naming her sons. So I've heard some pastors say that the right to name was only given to males, right? But from the beginning, Adam named all of the animals, and Adam named Eve. God named Adam. Okay, God is the first namer. God named Adam. Adam named all the creatures, right? He gave them all their name, their, oh my goodness, what's the scientific term? All of their genotype, or I don't know, lion, bear, whatever the species. He named all of them. And, but then when it came time for the naming of their child, the Bible does not say Adam named them. The Bible says Eve did. And you're going to find multiple times, over and over again, actually a lot, in the Bible, that it was the wife, it was the mother who did the naming. Now, that's not all the time. So when you see something that is not all the time, it's because it's not supposed to be. So there isn't a definitive only men named children or only women named children. I'm sure there was a reason why the wives, the mothers had the honor in certain societies for doing the naming. But then you'll see other times, like for instance, when Rachel, Jacob's wife, had Benjamin, she gave him a different name. Right, she was the one who named him. She was the one who named Joseph. She was the one, and also her sister named her kids. Right, so the naming was the woman's, I don't want to say responsibility, but it was their honor to do that. And then, of course, Jacob, Israel, changed Benjamin's name to Benjamin, son of my right hand. But okay, let's go back to Cain and Abel. Cain had sexual relations with his wife, and she became pregnant. And they gave birth to Enoch. Now, that is not the same Enoch that we'll hear about later, who walked with God and never died. That's not the same Enoch. This is the genealogy of Cain's line. Okay, remember, Cain's line is not so good. Oh, I was going somewhere with the firstborns. So God, firstborn, secondborn, God does not hold firm to man's thinking that the firstborn must have the birthright, must have the blessing. God decides who does. So in this situation, you saw Cain, firstborn, okay, Abel dies, but then you will see that God decides that the birthright and the blessings will flow through the line of the thirdborn, basically the second living, if you want to call him that, and that was Seth. Okay, so God does not honor it's a firstborn, no matter what, doesn't matter what he does, he's going to get the blessing. God's like, oh no, I don't think so. God sees the heart. And God's like, did you see this dude? This dude holds me in contempt. I don't think so. So Cain had Enoch, and Enoch had Irad, and Irad had Mehujael, and Mehujael had Methuselah, and Methuselah had Lamech. Okay, I didn't say Adam. But if you add in Adam and you add all those names, Lamech is number 7. Why does that matter? Because 7 is the number of completion for God. And the reason why we stop at Lamech is because Moses wants to show us what the completeness of evil looks like. Okay? Lamech symbolizes evil personified. Evil, and this is why, and this is how. And you'll see the things that God considers evil. Okay, so Lamech married 2 women. He was the first in all of creation to marry 2. Why is that evil in God's eyes? Because it shows a disregard to his daughters. You're pitting women against each other. That's not God's best. God created Adam with 1 wife, not 2. Okay, and it also shows a greed, a lust, a fulfilling of the flesh. And that is not God honoring either. Okay, so if you look at the things that Lamech did, look at them as sinful. And then we'll see what the 7th line from Adam on the other side the seventh generation from Adam going through Seth, what the completeness of that is. So the completeness going from Adam and Cain on this side is Lamech. And so Lamech married two women, and then it gives the names of, or the things that his children did. Okay, they raised livestock, which is not a bad thing, right? They were the first to play the harp and the flute. These aren't bad things. Um, they forged tools of bronze and iron. None of that is bad, right, per se. But it's what matters more than anything is the worship of those things. Okay, and then one day Lamech said to his wives, "Hey, ladies, I killed a man." Not only did he kill a man, but then he almost presumes to be God himself. Like, this is what's going to happen. If someone who kills Cain is punished 7 times, right? Then the one who kills me will be punished 77 times. That's not God's proclamation. So you're just going to speak for God? You're just going to take that role? That, I think, is what God is trying to say about the completeness of evil. It's almost like we try to be him. So now you're going to be the judge. You're going to decide the justice, Lamech? Okay. So that's unpacking chapter 4 for a bit. And we will continue again next time. Thanks for reading the Bible with me. Outside in nature still. Until next time, read the Bible every day. And then come back and read the Bible with Foluke.